Hello there, Lady T-Way. All right, good afternoon, good people. I'm so used to saying good morning. Your girl's running late on today, but that's okay. I have been so super busy. Yes. Trey, it's so good to see you. You know, I'm in school and I've been trying to be diligent about my writings and staying on top of it. Oh, and I need help because your girl is a little behind, but that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. I'm catching up. I'm catching up. Well, I wanted to come on today and do day 2 in our Easter series. I'm not going to be that long. I told you I'll actually have to preach as a part of our Bible study tonight. So I got to, get myself ready for that. I'm already ready, but I just want to, get everything in place so I can head out for church. But I definitely wanted to honor my word that I was going to be back on. So I'm not sure how many days this series is going to be, but it's going to be a really good series that you don't want to miss. So let me know who's on. I see you guys coming on, and then let me know where you are watching from. That's right. We got the DMV. In fact, Dre, I'll be there this weekend. I have to text you the flyer for the event I'm going to be a part of. But we got the DMV on, we got Atlanta on, we got Chicago on, we got Ohio in the house. I see you coming on. Good stuff. And I'm on Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn as well. So let me know as well from those watching there where you're watching from. So listen, again, if this is your first time catching me live, I'm Robin Ware. I'm a church consultant, and I am just so blessed that I get to work with churches and pastors, helping them to operate in excellence. My main focus is radical hospitality, but I also do marketing and events. So, I see you on from Little Rock again. Thank you so much. Got great feedback on the session from yesterday where I talked about the positions that you needed on your marketing team. So today's topic is, is it really necessary to have a different marketing plan for Easter? So that's what you're going to get when you hang out with me on my channel. So again, welcome to all my new folks, and then to my OGs. Thank you for showing back up and always giving your girl some love. I see you there, Clarissa. Thank you. She always calls me Queen Mother. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, as I said, and I should have done my work, y'all give me the date. Today is what? April the 4th. And so we know that it's not April the 4th. I'm sorry, y'all. It is March the 4th. There we go. And it is a little less than 40 some days before Easter. And so I am helping you get your plans together. Listen, I've worked in church long enough to know that a lot of you all have not started your Easter plans. You've not started your Easter marketing. Yes. So ideally, Easter marketing should have started 60 days ago, but I'm going to talk about that on another video. But today's video, I just want to talk about why you need a plan to market your Easter services. And I'll just go ahead and answer my question that I put as the topic. Do you need a separate marketing plan for Easter? And the answer is yes, a resounding yes. So everybody type in the comments, yes, you absolutely do. In fact, yesterday, as I shared, I would put together a marketing team to focus on Easter. And then, of course, you can utilize them all throughout the year. And it can be a volunteer team, volunteer-led team as well. But you need to have a team. So as it relates to Easter, I'm going to give you some stats that's going to help you understand why it is so key. Now, I know some of you are saying, well, you already told us yesterday that there are 3 main big Sundays that matter as far as it relates to visitors coming to church. Christmas, Mother's Day, and Easter, and that is true. But I want to talk specifically about Easter. Easter is the highest attended church service of the year. Did a little research, right? A 2023 Lifeway research study found that 80% of Americans say they would attend a church service on Easter if invited. Yes, put that in the comments. If invited. 80% said they would attend on Easter if invited. Now, churches experience a significant attendance spike on Easter. Studies show that Easter Sunday sees a 25 to 50% increase in church attendance compared to normal weeks. So, do you not think you need a special marketing plan that's geared toward these potential visitors? Absolutely. All right. And here we go. Personal invitations make a difference. 82% of unchurched people say they would consider attending if personally invited by a friend or family member. What that says to me is a lot of us are focused on meeting somebody in the grocery store, meeting somebody in the car wash, meeting somebody in the mall that we can invite to church, when we've got friends and family that we could invite, that we already have relationship with, that they already know us, like us, and trust us. But listen to this stat. Yet only 2% of church members actively invite someone for Easter. This shows the importance of intentional invitation strategies. And then, of course, I cannot leave my e-church, my digital, my virtual church folks out, because online Easter engagement is rising. Google searches for church near me peak in the weeks leading up to Easter. I shared yesterday that during the Christmas season, I got 2 or 3 flyers in the mail from a church in my area. And I'm sure what they did is they ran a zip code search. And then depending on what the demographics were, your girl fit, right? So I don't want you to sleep nor slumber. Y'all know I'm churchy on sending out actual postcards. They still work. Y'all, snail mail still works. All right. So it is important that you send out something, whether it be an email, whether it be a text, or whether it be something through snail mail, that lets people know that you're having church in person as well as online. Churches with, listen to this, a strong digital marketing presence see a 30 to 40% more online engagement during the Easter season. Listen, that alone should tell you why you need a separate, a special, a refined, an elevated even marketing plan for Easter. So I'm looking down at my notes. I apologize. I meant to tell you all that. So these numbers prove that Easter is a major opportunity for churches to reach new people and to re-engage. Listen, if you all have upped your level of excellence, you can show it through your marketing. That's right. Maybe you've added some new services, you've got new leadership, whatever it is, you can incorporate that in your messaging. Because, of course, the goal is not for them to attend one and done. The goal is that they're going to come once and then come back. All right. So let's get into my teaching on today. Again, I already gave you the answer that yes, it is important to have a separate Easter service. If you're enjoying this teaching already, give me some hearts or let me know to keep coming, right? Keep coming with this teaching. So I want to set the stage. Thank you. I see the hearts. Thank you so much. But I want to set the stage. Again, we built the foundation yesterday talking about the team. If you didn't catch that, go back to my channel and watch it because the video is up. But setting the stage for impact. I want you to just kind of listen to what I'm sharing to help you understand from a perspective of the visitor, right? How to prepare for them or why you should prepare for them. Number one, why Easter matters. Easter is one of the most attended Sundays. You got to capitalize on that opportunity. You got to have your best and your brightest working. You got to have your best and your brightest in position. You got to make sure they're prayed up. You got to make sure that they've studied. You got to make sure that they practice how to greet, how to welcome, even how to receive, right? Many first-time guests will visit and they will get a lasting impression. I teach in my Radical Hospitality workshops that a first impression is made within the first 5 to 7 seconds, right? And then within the first 7 minutes, a decision is made if they're even going to come back. All right. And let me say this to you. A lot of us think that the decision to come back is made after the sermon is presented, and that's not the case. The experience that they have from your website to the parking lot, to the lobby, to the restrooms, to being seated, to the offering, to the music, all of that makes an impact, and it typically happens within the first 7 minutes. So people will decide, I am not coming back if I didn't enjoy that part of the experience. So it's important that you create an atmosphere of excellence. The importance of preparing, spiritually, logistically, and visually. Let's talk about those three. Spiritually, I kind of said it a minute ago, but whether you put your team on a fast, whether you do a special Bible study targeted towards them, whether you send out a series of emails to your leaders, whatever you do, you should base it, the plan with beginning from a spiritual standpoint, all right? And then logistically, how is everything going to work? Well, for Easter, we need all of our leaders to park somewhere else. We're going to shuttle you all to church. You know, what can you change logistically so that you can accommodate the influx of people that will be coming? Some of you may be saying, now, you're saying do all of this for one Sunday? Absolutely. Yes. Did you not hear what I said? The stats? Yeah. Let me go back and share that with you. 80% of Americans say they would attend a church on Easter if invited. I love that. And studies show that Easter Sunday sees a 25 to 50% increase in attendance for Easter. I meant to move this. I'm sorry, y'all. All right. So that's why this matters. And then visually, what are they going to see? Clean your lobby. Y'all type that in the comments for me. Clean your lobby. Yes. Make sure all the picture frames are dusted. The glass has been freshly cleaned. Y'all put some Windex on the glass, right? If your walls need to be painted, paint them. The chairs, do the pillows need to be fluffed? Do you need new pillows? I'm sure you probably vacuum your lobby on a regular basis or mop it. Great. But check out the plants. Do you need fresh plants? Do you need real plants? Right? I want you to be mindful of what people are going to visually see. Even from your ushers and your greeters, what is the signage looking like? And you know, what do the restrooms look like? Listen, what does the parking lot look like? If you've got signs that are rusted, get rid of those. Get rid of those. Absolutely. I was coming for the restrooms. That's right. It is important that you do a walkthrough as a visitor and say to yourself, this is the first time I'm seeing this. Does this make sense to me? Is this impressive? Is this pleasing? Is this aesthetically pleasing? All right. So people are visual. We got to make sure that what they're looking at represents what we want them to see. Y'all can see this down here on tray. Look, I need to clean this. I'm sorry. Let me get that together. There we go. Make that a little bit better. See, all of that matters because I sit here every day, so I'm not focused on what's here in front of the camera, right? But it matters to visitors. You don't want people coming in saying, it's junky in here. You've got flyers all around that may be outdated. You've got signs that aren't framed. Nope. If you've got any type of signs that are, printed out on paper, you need to frame them so that it looks better. It looks nicer. All right. So talking about creating an atmosphere of welcome. Let's keep going. Your greeters, what are they going to wear? Your parking lot folks, what are they wearing? Even seating arrangements should be guest friendly. Yes, if you're going to have a special section for visitors, make sure it looks nice. Make sure it's clean. Check the musicians area, the music pit area, right? Do you have water bottles all over the place? Do you have, sticky notes? You want to remove all of that so that it is nice. It's just like when you have people come to your home. You clean up. You make sure that everything is nice so that they have a great experience. And then number 3, let's talk about worship and programming excellence. You got to make sure that your praise and worship, it's engaging. You do not want a worship leader that is standing there beating the people over their heads to join in, to engage. No, they should lead worship and create an experience that makes them want to join in and praise, right? There's nothing worse to me than to be at a church and the worship leader is fussing throughout the entire worship experience, or when they start the song. Oh, you all better come on. Oh, you better stand up. Oh, you better do this. Oh, you better do that. No, why don't you focus on leading us to the throne? Yes, and then let me get enveloped in the spirit. But instead, I'm distracted because you're yelling at me. Okay, I'm not going to stay there, y'all. I'm not going to stay there. But make sure that their transitions make sense, that they're exhorting and connecting and preparing you for where they are taking you. And then even consider a special element like a spoken word, creative arts, or testimony or videos, right? It's so important that we are excellent in our presentation, our worship and programming presentation. And then number 4, preparing your team. All ministry teams should have clear roles and expectations. Listen, this is what we're going to wear on Easter. These are the colors we're going to wear. If they ask us to wear a particular outfit, we don't need you to cut it up and tie it up and dye it and all of that. We just need you to be unified, to show up and wear what they've asked us to wear, right? Hold a pre-Easter team rally. Feed your volunteers. Thank them in advance. Make them a part of the process. Let them know what they do matters. Relationships are formed in the pews. Relationships are formed in the hallways. Relationships are even formed in the parking lot. So you want to make sure that all your team members know this is a team, just like baseball. Y'all know I was trying to use that analogy yesterday, but teams are formed in the dugout. Teams are formed in the dugout so that when you go out on the playing field, everybody knows their role. All right. So the second part is train your greeters, your ushers, your volunteers. I just was in Maryland last week, and that's one of the things that I did was working with that ministry, was walking their leaders through how to hug. I know you all are probably saying, oh, Elder Ware, we know how to hug. Do you know there are 5 types of hugs? Yeah, 5 types of hugs. Not everybody wants a big bear hug. Not everybody wants you to come kiss them on their cheek. Not everybody wants you to do cheek-to-cheek hugs, right? So it's important that you review this with your leaders, with your team, so that they understand, listen, y'all, we are showing up for battle, right? Because the enemy may have a chokehold on some of the folks coming through. So we want to make sure that we are on the front line and we are understanding our roles. Also, how do we assist guests? The Bible says we should watch and pray. So you got to have part of your team watching what's happening. Yeah, if you see someone getting up in the middle of service, maybe it's a child, 10, 12-year-old child, you want to make sure you watch. If the parent doesn't go with them, you want to watch what's happening in the lobby. They're going into the restroom. You want to make sure, listen, things happen. And I know y'all don't want to talk that it happens in church, but it happens in church. So you want to make sure that your team understands the assignment. Even number 5, a final week execution. Have a wrap up meeting. Review everything that you presented to them as it relates to worship and programming excellence. Let the worship team share with the entire volunteer team what is the plan for Easter. What can they expect, right? Your hospitality team, let them share with everybody. Hey, this is what we've been talking about. This is what's going to happen Easter Sunday, even Passion Week, if you do events during Passion Week. Also, of course, we said we're going to start the process out with prayer. Well, we want to make sure that that week before we're executing, that we review what our foundational scriptures are. All right. It's important. Yes, it's important to be appropriate and considerate. Yes, thank you, Ms. Hicks. It's not perfection, but excellence. That's right. Some team members can be affected with excellence. How do we address this property? You mean they can be offended with excellence? How do we address this properly? I always teach. When I do my radical hospitality workshops, I got a book here. If you all aren't familiar with my book that you can order from my website, but I teach that you have to demonstrate. You cannot expect what you've not inspected. Am I saying that right? You have to inspect what you expect. That's what I'm saying. Yes. So ask them to present what they're going to do to elevate their level of excellence for Easter, right? Because you always want to make sure that you don't put people in a defensive mode, right? So all of this leads up to them putting a plan in place that says, we're taking what we do to the next level. Everybody's expected to do that, right? Even if it's, down to the armor bearers, we're getting, new fresh boxes of tissues, right? Or the nurses, or, whatever ministry team manages that. We are going to make sure the audio team that they've got, fresh batteries. We do not need the mics to go out on Easter. Let me just leave that with you. I get it that, batteries are expensive, but I know a couple of churches that they change out batteries every Sunday. They use fresh batteries every Sunday. Yeah, they take the batteries that they've used and they use them in other areas of the church, right? Maybe in a remote control, something so that they're just not thrown away, but they do not reuse the batteries in the microphone Sunday after Sunday. Maybe you do them on Sunday and midweek, and then you replace them. So, however, whatever system you put in place, but that's the type of stuff I'm talking about. We do not want what is a regular occurrence that is really a distraction, but that we've just grown accustomed to happen on Easter. All right. So think about that. Run a technical rehearsal for the media and music teams, right? If your creative arts are involved, how are they coming out? What part of the stage are they going to be in? What are they wearing? What's the light show, right? What's going to be on the screens? What's going to be on the lower thirds? What color? What's our branding? What's everything looking like? All right. And then, of course, cover the service in prayer. That morning, everybody comes together, right? Everybody comes together. We do consecration. We pray. We consecrate our bodies. We make sure that our outfits are in order. We know that, people have different levels of what they think is fine as it relates to their uniform. But that day, I want you to have a steamer. Yeah. Oh, Lisa, we got a steamer in the other room if you'd like to knock out those wrinkles. Yeah. Now you don't say that in front of everybody and embarrass Lisa, right? But as a leader, you have relationship with Lisa. So you're able to say to her, let me take you over here in the corner, and then say, you might, you can go in there and steam out your blouse or your top from the wrinkles. All right. So it's really important. It's wartime, y'all. We know what's going on in our country. I really believe that we're going to see even greater attendance on Easter Sunday. People are losing jobs, getting downsized, don't know if they go in tomorrow, they're going to have a job. Entities that are funded by grants don't know if their federal grants are going to be removed, taken away. All kind of things are happening. And I believe that it is time for people to turn to the church. And what are they going to find when they come to the church? All right. So I hope that this helped you on today. I'm excited. Listen, I will be back on tomorrow talking more about getting ready for Easter. That's right. I know for some of you, you all have been praying for God to give you the opportunity to witness to those that aren't saved. And I believe he's sending them right to our church houses. It's just a matter if we're going to be ready to receive them. I talked a little bit yesterday even about, as you're building that marketing team, having people that are ready and not territorial as it relates to people coming to a team. Yeah. Just because the pastor says, oh, yeah, we're ready, we want to involve more people, got to make sure your team members understand that. Yeah, because they won't call them back. They won't follow up. They'll get irritated if somebody asks one too many questions. No. They have to be walked through. This is the season we're in. And so we got to clean up cobwebs, right? We got to change how we talk to people, how we greet people. We got to get new habits in place. If people call you, we call them back that same day. We do not want people, as hard as it is to get people to come through the front door, we sure enough don't want you kicking them out the back. All right? So listen, I hope that you guys enjoyed this quick teaching on today. I absolutely enjoyed sharing it with you. Thanks for showing back up. And I promise I'm going to be back. You can check out my website, thewearagency.com. Let me give you guys that. Oh, I forgot. I always almost forget to do this. But if you're not on my email list, I would love for you to be on my email list. All you have to do is text the word join to 678-271-1601. Again, text the word join to 678-271-1601. And then let me make sure that you have my website information where you can go. I've got different trainings and videos and books that you can purchase. Go to thewearagency.com/store. Oh, yes. She says, can you save this to rewatch it? Absolutely. It'll be on my YouTube channel, as well as Instagram. All right. Always, in fact, over on my YouTube channel is where I save my video. So good. Well, listen, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me on today, and I look forward to you all joining me on tomorrow. God bless.